Hello stream, my name is Ringa6 and today we're going to be playing some more Terraria. Jump straight into it if I can find the world. Going to be hopefully defeating some more bosses today, doing some more work. I did a little bit of messing around on this character yesterday. Mainly messing with another world that I thought would be fun to showcase, but sadly it didn't turn out the way I had hoped. So right now we are jumping straight in. We're going to figure out what we're doing and how we're going to enjoy today. Start off with, I think we're going to have to reset some of the items that I already have, because a fair few of them are for other purposes, not for as what is needed right at this moment. So although they are useful, we'll have to get into them some other time. Okay. Now that everything's looking sorted, I think to start off we're gonna upgrade our boots, because Spectre boots are good and everything, but we'd rather have the lightning boots, and then above that there's more boots that we can get and things like that. This means we've got to take a trip to wherever it is, the underground jungle. Now this is going to be, I believe, the first trip to the underground jungle, and I'm not going to enjoy it. So if I can, I'll try not to die, but do expect death in this one. Still on the lookout for a magic mirror, but as of right now there's not much else we can do except move forward with this. This stream's going to be going to YouTube as well, when I can figure out how to edit properly. So apologies for anyone watching on YouTube. I understand the editing's not great. Still learning, still getting the hang of things. Still trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing. But I hope that we're getting somewhere, and I hope that you enjoy the video. And for the rest of you on the stream, I very much hope that you enjoy, and I very much hope that you appreciate the gameplay and such, even if it's not incredible. Calamity is such a large game, I would call it. It's an incredibly large game with an incredibly large amount of content, and this is both great and not great at the same time. It gives me so much to learn about, but the problem is I actually have to learn about it. But if it keeps you guys entertained and helps you guys maybe have a better day, then it's more than worth it. And in that situation I would do it over and over and over. Hopefully we can actually find the entrance to the underground jungle, but honestly you can never really tell. I hate how badly these jungles are put together, man. Not badly, but like they're just a massive pain to navigate, especially at night time. Hopefully we can make ice skates as well eventually. If not now, then soon. And then from there we can make the, I believe it's the frostbark boots. And I know for a fact before hard mode we can go one higher. Wait, are we in hard mode? Have we defeated the wall of flesh yet? I don't believe so. I would assume not. I'm gonna choose to assume not. No, we're not. Okay. As I said, I've been running another master mode server with my other account, so I'm getting things mixed up. Apologies for that. Okay, it looks like we have maybe not the entrance, but we can move further with this entrance, which is something, I guess. Not like we don't already have a radar, but I think let's have a quick look on the mini-map. We've got that, but that doesn't look to lead anywhere, and there's right on the edge of the map. I'm not used to seeing the jungle so close to the edge of the map. I think the best course of action will be to mine through this honey and hope that I come into contact with something eventually. Do I have bombs? Or any grenades? Of course. Just my luck. Now honey blocks are about to be spawned. Oh, I had a feeling I had turned this off, but clearly I was wrong. Once again, I do apologise for that. That should not have been the way it was. What the hell? I don't mind using that occasionally, and I definitely don't mind using it on ore and things like that. But to use it on constantly on things like that just doesn't really sit right with me. Trying to see where the teleport button is. I know that there is one. Teleport items to. That should be on creative no and aggressive mod. I'm not even sure what that is. As you can see, my ore multiplier is still on 1 though. As much as I may want to cheat, sadly I will not allow myself to. Not to that caliber. It may make life easier, but personally I just believe it's cheating. I came here to get an anklet of the wind. I'm not actually sure why I chose to do that, because I already have... I actually came here to get jungle spores, I remember now. Seems like we've reached the underground jungle finally, thank god. Oh, yes, a magic mirror. These recall potions are still useful, but personally I'd much rather use a magic mirror, and so having these is, well, extremely beneficial. I go through and remove any unwanted items, things that are proving more of a hindrance than an actual use. I see a... what are they even called? Honestly, I can't remember. Oh wow. Alright, now they're just rubbing it in. We'll leave this magic mirror here just because we've already got one now, and if we continue to get more, then it's just, they're only gonna be sold for what, 1? I believe it's 1 gold. I know you guys can see the area above. I just want these jungle spores. I'm planning on making the sword, or the blade of grass I should say, and I'm also planning on making possibly a chakram and also the anklet, or the aglet, sorry. No, it is the anklet. I am right when it comes to that. God, we can reach that. Doesn't look like we've been here before. I'm not sure whether we have these at home or not. I'm gonna go on a whim and say that we don't, in which case I'll pick them up as a assist item, I guess. Geez, the speed that our inventory clutters up is astronomical. Clutter is extremely aggravating. I need these as well. I'll remove the copper for them. That glass lamp. Now then, for those of you who don't know, this is a log. And I will read it for you guys. It would not be a stretch to call the jungle the hub of this planet. All is centered around it, and none know not of it. It brings me no small amount of unease to see the uncomfortable raw forms of the living beings who pass through on their journeys above. Fortunately, these labs provide everything I need in my research and more. There is little need to visit the surface, save for Yoreem's summons. If you travel down here, far fewer are making the expedition to reach as far down as this research station. That's what this is called, it's a research station. As such, I have taken to using this isolation to develop advanced nanotechnology for use in controlling the minds of biological. I yearn for it to be capable of spreading from organism to organism, a perfected blend of virus and nanotechnology. Yet it has been an arduous task, even with my newly developed technologies. Further experimentation and research are required. Okay, last page. And you guys can read it yourself. I'm joking. Continued experiments have led to significant results with a mechanically modified queen bee as a primary host. It may act as the core of a hive mind of those my plague has touched. However, Yoreem was outraged upon learning of my experiment here and decreed them as inhumane. After a brief verbal conflict, he wordlessly left, and I have not heard from him since. Fortunately, I need not rely on the slayer of gods any longer, nor have I needed to for years. As you can see, there's a blueprint of something, and this will be the nanotechnology and the virus mixing. And this one I would assume is maybe one of the jungle inhabitants who have been transformed using this nanotechnology. What do you guys think? Do you guys think it's inhumane? I mean, in this instance, chances are it is, but in the instance that it was being used, you know, to develop humanity further, or to, I don't know, to befriend, or maybe explore the possibilities of another species with the IQ of humans. What's your opinion on that? Do you believe that's inhumane, or is that just the way that science is? Personally, I believe using it the way that this guy has used it is inhumane, and I mean that much is clear. But in the instance that it was being used to further humanity as it is, as long as it's harmless, and like, I mean, what he's doing here is clearly, it's biohazard, bio warfare maybe be labelled as. I'm not exactly sure, but either way, it's definitely not right. What was that light? You guys saw that? It's not just me. I'm not crazy. Or maybe I am. Maybe I am. Haha! Genuinely, that light keeps popping up. I've come across that more than once over the past few days. It's following me. It wants to get to know. Actually, those vines make them useful and handy. I'm surprised there's not more hornets and such. See, there's a hive, or what was supposed to be a hive, maybe? Oh, I've seen this room before. I've used this room once before in a playthrough that I did. It was a solo playthrough, sadly. But I remember this room because they have these giant bulbs, and I was always confused as to what they were used for. And then when it came down to me actually breaking one open, it turns out they house. Like, it takes my torches. It did that before. These bulbs, unsprouted bulbs, they actually house Plantera. Surprised as it is, Anklet of the Wind, let's go. Gold bar. Is that relevant? Not particularly. Am I going to take it? Yes. Luckily, this should give a large enough area for hornets to spawn, as well as any other jungle spores or creatures that I may end up needing, giving me more than enough room for my stinger collection that I need. Second floor. Seems like it's blocked off from maybe lack of use. Can you sit on sofas in this game? Oh my soul! That may not be a big thing to you guys, but to me, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Somebody being able to sit on a sofa. Maybe that's been around for a long time and I'm just stupid. I'm honestly not sure, so don't quote me. But as far as I know, I've never seen that before. I think later on I might do a Rainbow Six stream or something along that lines. Haven't decided as of yet, but I'm hoping that if I feel up to it, then that could be a possibility. I believe these all should have been connected. That's what it looks like to me. But these were all meant to be connected and then obviously weren't due to overgrowth and such. Another house here. Okay, this isn't part of it. I was confused on whether or not this would actually count as part of it, but it doesn't seem like these are meant to go together. I think they're haphazardly brought together. I'm not exactly sure how many spores I need. Neither stingers. I could always check using the recipe browser, but that would mean using effort, and I'm a bit too lazy for that. No, you know what? We'll do it. We'll just quickly check. What are we checking? Blade of Grass. Blade of Grass requires 12 of each. At the moment we have 21 stingers and 60 jungle spores. Okay. The Anklet of the Wind we no longer need. I did say about the chakrams, but I'm not sure, considering 98 and 49 damage compared to 37. It could just be the speed. Snapthorn is a good idea if I was going summoner. And this bag is as well, the Void Bag and Void Vault. A synthesis of jungle flora throws a powerful rose flail. Right click to stab with a flower spear. Okay. So if I get 3 vines, then I'll be able to make this snapthorn. Problem with the snapthorn is it's not bad and it doesn't stop me from... Oh, okay, I definitely have the vines now. Considering the amount of enemies that were sat over there. I wonder if this goes underneath the ground or whether it's meant to or not. Are these just extra houses or... It doesn't appear to be so. There's another anklet of the wind, but we'll take that mining potion instead. Vernal soil. I wonder if that's what spawns the Plantera. As you can see, you can't mine anything to do with it, so... Another anklet. We now have a battle potion. Not sure why I took one of those, but... if I end up regretting it, then that's my fault. Another magic mirror, of course. They've just got to rub it in even more. I spent an entire, like a large amount of time trying to find these mirrors and such. And now they're just coming straight towards me, like water, literally. I believe I probably have enough stingers. We're gonna head home for now using our newly acquired magic mirror. Seems to me like... the aglet. We'll use the cloaked one actually. I'd rather use the cloaked one because the stealth regeneration doesn't apply in this instance, whereas I believe it was melee damage does. I'm planning on redoing these houses soon. You guys have that to look forward to. Okay, lightning boots. For frostbite boots we need ice skates. To make ice skates we need 5 leather, 5 iron, 5 ice. I believe the only thing we need, or not, I believe we're going to use that for the anklet or something along those lines. But considering I don't need it now. Wrong thing. Ice, and last but not least, iron, or lead in this instance. Where are we making this? An ice machine. I see the problem now. I would presume we probably don't have one of those. Okay. Well, the ice machine is reasonably easy actually. We just need some snow, which we have, the ice, which we have, and some extra lead. I believe it's only 3 extra. We make that at the anvil. There is the ice machine, we'll place that down. And from this ice machine we'll make our ice skates. Is there anything else we want to make while we're here? A blade of grass. And we will make the snapthorn, although I don't think it's going to be used at least for a while. There's another boss I need to beat, and that needs to be roughly soon. And that boss is oh, I already used the anklet, didn't I? The other one that I was carrying. Okay, well we can replace that back. Fruit chest. Sharpening station will keep out. The rest of these we will just throw back in. As of right now there's no need for them, so we'll wait it out, I would say. I'd rather have this placed inside. Question is where? Is it there? Each individual room will eventually have its own items tailored to its own guest inside of the room. Okay, now it is the Terra Spark boots, which I need the lava waders for, which are not going to be fun to get. For that we need the obsidian water walking boots, which are easy enough. It's these that we need to make. Gold and obsidian, I believe. Okay, I don't have obsidian as of yet. Oh, I do actually, it's there. So obsidian's there. Gold is here, and 5 of that. And lead. I will take the entire thing because I need to make buckets with it. I believed it was 3 each, but you can never be too careful in this game. Along with that, we need the obsidian rose, which is hellstone, which I doubt we'll have actually. We'll probably have made that all into... Yeah, okay. Obsidian and a jungle rose. If we're lucky, she will sell us the jungle rose, and we are lucky. So we need hellstone and we need lava. So for that, we need a trip down to hell. Luckily for us, we have this large elevator. Soon enough, I also need to work on contaminating? Can't remember the word, but bringing the area to solitude. Because as it is right now, I can't make use of it, basically. Wait. How am I surviving in... Oh, okay. I was bamboozled for a second there. 14, giving us just enough. Oh. Okay then. We're gonna make the lava charm. We're gonna make the obsidian rose. We're gonna take this out. And we need to make the... I believe we probably need the skull for it. So we'll make the obsidian skull. Merge them to make the water walking boots. Merge them to make the lava waders. And merge them to make our Terra Spark boots. Now that we have that, there's a few other things that I need to look into. One of them being wings. I'm not sure if... So I didn't know the string came in these colours. Dang! Alright. I knew about all the balls and everything. There's a lot of accessories in this game. The skyline wings. These. We need aerialite bars. I believe how we get aerialite is obviously from the sky. But it's disenchanted at the moment, which means we need to fight the boss for it. Now, which boss is this? That is the question. If you guys will bear with me for just one moment, I'm just going to pause the stream and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. I believe we either need to fight the Crabulon. I'm not sure who I haven't fought yet. It would be best to work out what summons I actually have as of this point. Filter summons. Okay, so we've fought Crabulon. We fought the Eye of Cthulhu, we fought the Desert Scourge, and we fought King Slime. We've also fought the Brain of Cthulhu. I'm not sure if we've fought the Perforators, and we fought Queen Bee. Sorry. I believe. We fought Queen Bee in that area, and I believe we won that as well. As far as I'm certain of, which I'm not very, so don't quote me. But that should leave us needing to go over and fight the Perforators, if we haven't. And apart from that, then Deerclops, because we've already fought Skeletron. So I would assume we fought the Perforators, but if not... I should have... Next time I do something like this, I'm going to get the boss list mod. Because having a list of what bosses I've fought and haven't fought is extremely useful, it turns out. Honestly, the reason why I didn't is because I didn't want to have to deal with learning how to use it, setting hotkeys and such. It just looked like it was going to take too long. I wanted to get in straight away, stream for you guys, and just enjoy everything. Oh, how I regret doing this. I believe I did this offline, and I just made this very large pit to stop the crimson from spreading. I believe I accidentally fought and beat the wall of flesh at one point, and so I exited and saved, but by then I had already done the damage. We're looking for the Perforators. That's who or what we're looking for. Ah, okay. Perfect spawn. Making life nice and easy for us. Oh, we can only spawn one. That is the problem with this staff. You can only spawn one eye at a time. So it does good damage and it shoots nicely and such, but whether it's actually useful is a matter of opinion. I think we've already fought the Perforators. In fact, we definitely have. Else how would I have gotten the bloodbath? Once again then, seems we're fighting another boss for no reason. The only reason why I think this this bow is really good is because of the piercing effect. The same as how it works with the Eater of Worlds. The piercing effect obviously attacks more than one part of the body. And so the amount of damage is going to be much higher. Although honestly I think we should just focus the Perforator at this point. He seems to be making such irregular occurrences that it would just be much quicker to just murder this one. Or maybe not. Maybe I was completely and entirely wrong there. Maybe. I can't believe I questioned whether I'd fought the Perforators or not. So who else do I have to fight? Maybe it's not disenchanted. Maybe that's just what it's reading. Because I haven't been up there in a while. As far as I know, it shouldn't be disenchanted anymore. It should give us the aerolite ore that we need. Obviously this is just as far as I know. So once again, nobody quote me, but... Is it this one? Ah. Not that I probably couldn't fly over to it. I'll take this line instead though. Making my way uptown. Yes, before anyone corrects me, I know it's not the right one. There we go. I was a bit worried that was going to take out the entire cloud, honestly. Okay, we now have 135 aerolite ore. I'd much rather use 2 different locations. So it seems like getting to them is going to be a rather tricky, troublesome task. Okay, we can make it across. We'll be able to make it across. Yes, there is another laboratory inside of these, but that's not what I'm going for as of the moment. A nice mushroom biome one. Another enchanted sword. I'm not sure what the significance of these are. I know some of them hold like things inside, like this one. A lot of them have ores through them. Seems mainly copper. But in another world I had seen them hold iron and such, but nowadays I'm not so sure. If you actually look on the map, you can see as the aerolite goes from disenchanted to enchanted. I think that's quite an interesting take on how it works. I also like the fact that it's called disenchanted. I feel like they could have done something else with it and called it something else. Like inactive maybe, or just something basic, but they chose not to, and that, you know, I have to respect them. Oh, I've messed up. Oh, it seems I went past the other one. Okay, well this much aerolite should give me a reasonable start anyway. Although I believe I need a sky mill. And I need sunplate blocks. And feathers. Aerolite bars. They allow me to create the Murasama, if I haven't already got it. The harpy wing, or ring, which is another useful element down the line, although for right now it's not so useful. This pickaxe is worse than what I have. The broken biome blade, which will end up being used, but I'm not going to create that as of this point. Oh god. Where is this? Ah, oh, much further. Okay, one more take on this. We're gonna have the map zoomed out so that we can actually pay attention to where we're going. You can wait, Bohemus. Bohemus. Apart from that, it doesn't seem... Ah, the Sand Sharknado staff. Okay, we can't make that yet. Summons a sand native to fight me. That'll be one of those ones that is created in time. The armor's kind of useful for ranger and for movement. Seems to give a reasonable variety. I came here for two things. Some sunplate blocks and some harpy feathers. This harpy feather farming is probably going to take a small while, so I will get back to you when I have I believe 15, 17 maybe. Okay, I'll get back to you then. Just to check back everyone, I'm not done already, but we did actually just get a rare drop. It's not anything crazy, don't get me wrong, but it is still classified as a rare drop. It is the giant harpy feather. I didn't know you could get these pre-hard mode, I presumed they were always hard mode, but it seems like I was wrong. And this giant harpy feather, which will be used with Souls of Flight when hard mode starts, will be crafted into harpy wings, which will give us an instantaneous boost into the fight of hard mode. Anyway, I'll be back again. On backstream, we have 16 feathers. We also managed to get a Mystic Sky Glaze while I was gone, which just brings down exploding feathers. It's quite cool, but there's not really many practical uses for it. The feathers don't do any actual damage, so it's all kind of base damage looking. So even though it's not bad, definitely I've seen better. Would love to spend a platinum on that, but definitely not rich enough. We will put that harpy feather in a safe space. Now that I think about it, that requires an anvil, that requires a sky mill. Okay, considering we only wanted the special wings, that's what we're going for. The flight time is increased by quite a bit, so we just get just higher than the house at this point. And with these wings, we at least double that, I would say. It still leaves us materials to make other things in the future. I know I just threw away the things I said I was keeping. Clearly not smart enough to pay attention, but it's in there now, so happy days. I need to reset these to all be warding, but for that I'm gonna need money. And money is, for those of you who don't know, a pain in the ass to make. It's not that hard, but it's just annoying, basically. That's how I would describe it. Luckily, these mods allow me to not get anything worse than what I already have, which is extremely useful when you're sat trying to upgrade properly. Lots of menacing, there's some warding. Give me 51. These are going to be a lot more expensive. 47 gold per. They're already at the max, but I don't want to overuse it. We can always get the money back, is the one thing I would say. Getting the money back isn't hard. We've got menacing at the moment, which is something at least, but obviously now we need to get the money back. To do that, we need to make another boss summoner. This one, I believe, we're either going to go for Deerclops. Problem with Deerclops is we need the Flink's fur. And as far as I'm sure of, he doesn't really drop anything useful. Thanks, nothing like that. Okay. So we need this. We need crimson blocks, which we have, crimstone blocks. And we need blighted gel, which we also have. Now we make our way to the crimson altar. And we should be able to make our last boss before killing the wall of flesh. This one's extremely useful to give us another armor set and things like that. It'll just end up being extremely helpful, although I believe this one's going to be reasonably hard compared to what we're used to at the very least. On the upside, this one actually has a tendency to drop things like vitamins and I believe the thing to cure blindness and such. So it'll bring us closer to getting the Ankh Charm and the Ankh Shield. Get on top of these trees, and these trees as a propeller, or propellant. Even though we're much higher, the speed that we actually fly, like the acceleration multiplier and such, is still extremely low. We're still not as fast as I would like us to be, but that will come in time. Mainly hard mode. hopefully all these vertebrae will come in handy as well. There's the first overloaded sludge. I very much love the fact that we don't have to pay after we already have. Like, we don't have to constantly make these. You make it once, you have it once, that's it. The Slime God. I'm not exactly sure how the Slime God fits into the King Slime lore, because obviously the King Slime is just a smarter version of a normal slime with a larger amassed amount of slimes, whereas these are not in that case. But I guess we will actually see, won't we? We'll see what these guys are about and kind of how they work. We're going to use a lot of this if we can, as much as possible. I figured that these guys don't actually move that often, so when they do move, it's normally not too bad. There's a sword from hell I would have liked to get, but I'm gonna try and do most of this without it. I'm gonna do it without it up until we get to fighting the Wall of Flesh, because I believe it's extremely useful when it comes to the Wall of Flesh boss fight. These don't seem to do much damage. I will say, if you guys have ever fought these in Master Mode, they are absolute beasts when you're first starting out. Once you get their pattern underway, they're reasonably easy, but still absolute beasts. Especially when you get them down to around half health. Luckily this water seems to be extremely helpful. They don't float compared to their counterpart minions that they summon. That being said, although I can walk on water, I still need to go in to get things like mana stars, or mana stars, however you say it. Halfway down for them both. Red should split very soon. That's red split. No, red is still as one slime, which is quite confusing to me. In Master Mode they split, and I was under the presumption that he would split again. Their movement does get wholly repetitive. So they get reasonably easy. Killed by my minion. We got the Godly Abysmal Tome, which is reasonably useful because it goes through the floor and it will explode, but it's slow speed, strong knockback, and quite a bit of mana. We'll head back for this one. It's horrible weather. The Slime God. An old clan once revered this thing as a paragon of the balance of nature. Now its purity is sullied by freshly absorbed muck and grime. The gelatinous being neither knows nor cares for the last surviving clansman. Such tragedy is all too common in worship. Alas, the Slime God is wise enough to be cowardly, fleeing battles it cannot win when its servants are destroyed. Perhaps fortune will favour you if you catch it unaware. Oh, is that trying to tell us something? Is the Slime God actually dead? I wonder now. trying to read into these things and such. A fractured arc. This is something we could make pre-hard mode. Using an enchanted sword. So we are going to make sure we do that. The Knight's Ray. When hitting enemies, there are several new beams from their side. Does a small amount of damage, uses a smaller amount of mana, and has average speed. I could probably get that. The gel pick is about the same as the molten pick. Although the armor I need, and for the Knight's Edge I need it. Talking about the Knight's Edge, the Blood Butcherer, the Blade of Grass, and the Murasama, when I make it. Aerialite and Bones. I definitely have Bones in here. If I can find them. Bones. And AEO. Nope, I lied. Completely and entirely, I have the entire thing wrong. There's a Murasama, so that's at least one of them run down with. Now then, we're looking purified gel. And so we need the armor. 12, 12, 7, and which one is it? This one. 5. And 5. Make this. Why can we not make this? Copper. This is when we don't have copper. Oh, we do, thank God. I hate carrying copper, but clearly it's come in handy for once. Clearly, copper isn't as useless as I first thought it out to be. This blighted gel was needed. The abysmal tome, overload blaster, this one. The arcane mana polarizer, an extremely useful item if you're not a summoner, a wizard class, or if you're playing magic class, I guess. Oh, the size of that. I think that even outweighs the fiery greatsword, honestly. So we need 24 of that, which we have. I believe we have enough, actually. Ah, static refiner. Right. We definitely do have a solidifier, but we're not going to have enough. We'll need to fight them once more. Static refiner. We'll place in whatever house we can fit it in. See if we can make this. We can. There's the entire armor set. The armor set just gives you more speed, more jump, gives you a double jump and such. It's pretty useful, but I would say I would much rather use the molten armor. But considering I get slightly better defense using this, I will stick with this. As well, it might. I don't think flight time makes much of a difference, but increased jump height and extra jump, and the immunity to damage for an extended period of time is also extremely useful. Set bonus: enemies are more likely to target you. Luckily for me, that means nothing because enemies love to beat me up anyway. I will say parrying is something that I'm not used to, but actually seems to be very, very helpful. Especially considering how easy it is to parry these guys' attacks. And the noise it makes is quite a fun one. Okay, there's the first half. Drink a potion, just in case. Vitamins. We missed the parry. Missed the parry and now we're slow. Now we missed it again. It's not like I couldn't just kill it. I think I'm just gonna try and do that. There we go. Nicely done. We managed to get the damaged Crim Slime staff, Crim Slime, which I believe is actually the better of the two. And now with this extra amount that we have, not only can we make whatever's needed, but say we needed the gelatic blade, we could probably make that as well. This Goobo is useless apart from being useful apart from being slow. Slime puppet staff summons a slime ball that follows you, flies towards your enemy and explodes. Tentacled ball of flesh that splashes blood onto enemies. The Scab Ripper. I believe we could probably make this and it would maybe come out to be higher up than this is. The only thing is where to get this Scab Ripper. Create it. I think I'll look into that actually. It could end up being more useful. Should give more than enough. More than enough. Always. Jesus. 52 gold for that. Not bad. Feels like a successful bounty hunt, you know? It's not like I can't mine through this, but... Night's Edge. Head on home. We wanted to make this. If we wanted to make this, where would I get my materials? There's the tissue samples, there's the crimtane bars. Using an anvil. Scab Ripper. Baby blood crawler. Disgusting. Hate those things. That might be a little bit overkill, but it's true. I hate those things. These ones. The Belladonna Spirit Staff. Vines, jungle spores, stingers, and rich mahogany. We have just enough rich mahogany. Spores more than enough. I believe it'll be vines that mess us up. Stingers, we have just enough. Then vines. Ah. One off. One vine. That was all we needed. A singular vine. Come on, guys. God. Slave drivers, for real. Slowly make our way over to the jungle. I say slowly because it's gonna be a trek. She was actually quite useful. I used her before, the Belladonna Spirit Staff, and it summons a, as it says, a cute forest spirit that flings magical toxic petals. But it says, doesn't say powerful. I wouldn't say cute, but she was useful. I believe she shoots through walls, same as this one does. Whoever must have fallen. Up to the top, straight off, straight over to the jungle, if we can make it. I'm thinking maybe a fight with Queen Bee might not be such a bad idea right now, because honeyed goggles would make so much more sense than this slime mount. The slime mount is useful for getting down to hell, but oh, sorry stream, but that's about it. Nice. Was that 2 energy cores? Nice. I'm gonna make this and then end up the stream and the recording, and that way I will be given time to stream later on for you guys as well. Jungle Rose, wow, so sweet. I need to find one of those, I believe it's a... Oh, I'm not sure what they're called. I believe that's the only way to get mines. Not that I think they're going to spawn here, but as I said before, honestly I'm probably able to stand here. More than easy enough. And the honeyed goggles. Beautiful. Giving us another chance at flight and bee nades, which will be useful for the wall of flesh fight. It looks like... Do they drop this every time? Or have we not fought Queen Bee before? While the tremendous size, these creatures are docile until aggravated. Their idyllic demeanour is a rarity nowadays, a thing of beauty. In the past, entire villages would spring up around these grand hives, peacefully harvesting their share of honey and protecting them from danger. Though its death is understandable given the circumstances, I do feel pity for these majestic beings. Fate was cruel to many of their kind. Quite sad. In a translation. Ooh. When it said improved vision, I did not know it meant this much. It'll definitely give us a higher chance of finding what we need. Ah, the one time they can drop what I need and they choose not to. Doesn't help that all that my thing is doing is just murdering everyone. Normally I wouldn't mind, but under these circumstances where I need to see what I'm attacking before murdering it, comes in handy to know what's what. One of these. Seriously. Honestly, knowing my luck, it'll be another 20 minutes or so before I get a vine, so I will drag you guys back once I'm back. Not long, huh? We have the last and final vine. As I said that, there was a spawned one that had spawned, and so I instantly used that to create item. What am I missing? I have the vines. Is it that did I put things back? I believe that's probably the case. I have the mahogany, I have the vines. So I need the stingers. And I need the spores. Belladonna staff. Beautiful. Okay. Now that we have that, we will replace everything. This slimy saddle's gonna grow. Nope, we need that. We also need, I believe it was the imp staff, so that's easy enough to make. And the staff of necro whatever. Hellstone, imp staff, anvil, perfect. The wrong thing. Imp. Nice. Now then, the only other thing we need is whatever it was that slime gave us, the slime god gave us, the purified gel. This one here. We need to do it at Crimson Altar, which sucks. I was thinking about getting a mod that actually spawns, or not spawns, but allows you to move these. 20% activatable active speed buff uptime. 30 damage, 9% crit, extremely weak knockback. This one's 25%, so you get 5% up on the activatable attack speed buff uptime, but it's 1 damage difference. And that 1 damage could become even higher if I change it to fit whatever modifier it fits best, or whatever modifier it requires. I'm not sure why it beeps like that. I'm tired of not being lazy. The flesh of infidelity. I was gonna say staff, but clearly I was wrong. Okay, we're gonna reforge this flesh of infidelity. Divine. Oh, look at that. Now that is grim. Will say I would not want that normally, but having more than one of these is actually extremely useful. I'm not sure what their attack pattern is like, but I guess we will see that in the future episodes. I appreciate you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed, then please, please, please follow and subscribe. It would mean the world. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.